fiberglass straight out of Kilgore, Texas. I got a 2020 Skeeter FXR 21, folks. This one's a select, which means the colors were selected. It's a custom colored boat, and I want you to just all take a second and look at how beautiful this boat is with this gray gel and gunmetal and black. It is just absolutely beautiful boat. Man, you know, it's been a while since I did a Skeeter video, and I've talked about some of these things in the past, but what makes a Skeeter a Skeeter? Well, we're going to start on the back with these sponsons, okay? A Skeeter has a unique hull design in the fact that it has these sponsons on the back, okay? And it's carried over from many generations of Skeeter. And what's good about these is with the heavy four-stroke motors we have nowadays, a lot of people putting heavy AGM batteries in the back. These sponsons add buoyancy in the heaviest part of the boat. So we got a big back end on this sucker, and this keeper floating nice and high. Also, it helps as a foil when you go to get on plane. The water travels along this bottom edge and it comes here and pops it back up. Skeeter has got a great rigging compartment. It's split. We really appreciate this in the boat business, as this allows us a lot of easy access to get back here to access batteries and to access additional charging systems and to get to the on-off switches. It's very easy to reach, okay? Now, another thing that I appreciate Skeeter does is Skeeter has these, I call them a T-handle, all right? I will say this, and I'll say this right here. This is my favorite style of latch. I wish all boat manufacturers use this latch. And why is that? This latch is nice and flush when it's out of your way. It's easy to grab, okay? If you got big old booger hooks here, you can grab a hold of this. If you got gloves on it, you can grab a hold of it. If you're a little kid, little kids can take two hands and pull on it. It is just the best and easiest latch system, I think, out there. Now, underneath the lid, Skeeter's going to have nice foam, okay, under the lids. That foam does a few things. One that's never talked about is when I'm walking around on this deck of this boat, I truly believe this is a quieter platform. And for those of us who fish shallow, that's a big deal. The other thing that the foam on the underside of the lid does is it really helps act as insulation, because it doesn't matter how dry a compartment you have, you're always going to get a little bit of condensation in your compartments from the sweating, especially if you're down south where temperature goes up and down a lot. So foam underside of the lids, that's a win from Skeeter. This bad boy's got a Helix 15 on it, okay? Awesome Helix 15 on the dash, and gives you a ton of room to run multiple screens, okay? So that was a nice little upgrade on this. Seats on the Skeeter, you've heard me say it time and time again. Skeeter wins the seat contest. They have the most ergonomic seats. The seats are large to accommodate the biggest frame person, yet they are also easy to accommodate a smaller person or even a child, and give you the right ergonomics for your back. And so when you sit in this seat, your thighs are the same height as your waist, and you're able to really put your weight on your thighs and keep it off your lumbar spine. So whoever's doing the designing of the seats at Skeeter, they've either got a bad back or they're thinking about those that have a bad back. And of course, the boat rides wonderful, but having a comfortable seat makes it that much even nicer when you're on a big ride on the rough water, okay? Going up to the front deck, you know, let's just say here, this is the original aircraft carrier, all right? You might have gone to watch the new Top Gun movie, and if you have, you might see some of them planes landed on this sucker, because it's truly one of the largest fishing platforms. And I'm going to add too that you have a lot of room to put a lot of rods, okay? Some of us like to fish with a lot of rods with junk fish. I can easily put, you know, almost 6 to 7 rods on each side, okay, and still keep the handles. Now on the 20-footer it's a little different, but on the 21 I can have a flipping stick handle, and it's still really not up in my business here, okay? Now, while we're talking front decks too, this is a fully padded front deck, folks. This whole deck is padded, and I can't speak volumes for how comfortable that is. If you're real active and you're jumping around trying to grab fish flying over the gunnels, it's nice to have a padded deck. You really do feel the difference. We got an Ultrex, you know, that's not exciting, but what is exciting is Look at this gull wing hull, how much surface area we have to the hull, okay? And that's why these Skeeters ride so daggone good. It also gives us huge compartments. Look at this giant port side rod locker, tons of room in there for all of your rods. No carpet in there to get wet, okay? Just a really, really, really nice setup for rods. The middle compartment's large. You can check that out in some of my other videos. We've got EVA flooring down here, eat, sleep, fish, okay? You know, you're not hardcore until you got eat, sleep, fish carved into your EVA mat on your boat there. Cooler is between the seats. I always think that's the best place for a cooler to be, because most of the time we're grabbing a drink in between, you know, we're idling up a creek, we're taking, you know, most of us, we're hard to sometimes stop and take a break when you're fishing, but when you're idling, I like to be able to reach my snacks and my drinks right there. We also have an additional compartment here which acts as a trash can. You could actually use it for storage as well. It doesn't have to be a trash can. So, hey, Skeeter FXR 21 Select, Wieda's Marine. Okay, you know where to find us. Give us a shout, 859-647-BOAT.